Lost and found. Max, her loyal and affectionate golden retriever, was her constant source of comfort and support, always by her side through the good times and the bad. Max had been a constant presence in Lena's life since she was a little girl. Her parents had gotten Max for her as a birthday present when she was just 6 years old, and the two had been inseparable ever since. Max would wait patiently by the door every morning, tail wagging eagerly as Lena got ready for school. And every day when she returned home, Max was there to greet her with his trademark enthusiasm, a flurry of licks and tail wags. As the years went by, Lena and Max's bond only grew stronger. Max would always be by Lena's side, whether she was reading a book, watching TV, or doing homework. When Lena was feeling down, Max would sit quietly by her side, providing a comforting presence that words could never match. Even as Lena grew older and went off to college, Max remained a constant in her life. Whenever she came home to visit, Max would greet her with the same unbridled joy he always had, as if no time had passed at all. One fateful day, while out for a walk in the bustling city streets, Max suddenly darted off, chasing after a squirrel with reckless abandon. Despite her best efforts, Lena was unable to catch up to Max, and he disappeared from her sight. So when Max went missing that fateful day, Lena felt like a part of her had been ripped away. She couldn't bear the thought of never seeing him again, of not feeling his warm, furry presence by her side. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but Max was nowhere to be found. Lena's heart ached for her lost companion, and she spent every spare moment scouring the streets, putting up flyers, and asking anyone and everyone if they had seen her beloved Max. But as time went on, Lena began to lose hope. She resigned herself to the fact that Max may never return, and the void he left in her life seemed to grow larger with each passing day. 2 years had passed since Max went missing when Lena's eyes fell upon a stray dog wandering the streets. Something about the dog caught her attention, and as it drew closer, she felt a sudden jolt of recognition. It was Max, her long-lost companion. Lena called out Max's name, her voice filled with a mixture of joy and disbelief. The dog turned and looked at her, and in an instant, Lena knew it was him. Max's tail began to wag furiously, and he ran towards Lena, jumping up and nuzzling his nose into her outstretched hand. Lena could hardly contain her emotions, tears streaming down her face as she hugged Max tightly. After all these years, her faithful companion had found his way back to her. But now, as she walked home with Max by her side once more, Lena felt like her life was finally complete. She knew that Max had always been with her, even when he was physically absent, and she knew that he would never leave her side again. From that day on, Lena and Max were inseparable once more. Max would follow her around the house, lying at her feet as she worked or watched TV. Lena would take Max on long walks through the park, relishing the feel of the sun on her face and the wind in her hair, knowing that Max was by her side. As Lena walked home with Max by her side, she couldn't help but reflect on the powerful bond between a dog and their owner. Max had been lost for 2 years, yet he still recognized Lena's voice and came running to her when she called out his name. It was a testament to the unbreakable connection between the two of them, a bond that time and distance could not diminish. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through years of love, loyalty, and companionship. Lena knew that no matter what life threw her way, she would always have Max by her side, her faithful friend and constant companion. From that day on, Lena never let Max out of her sight. She knew all too well the heartache of losing him, and she was determined to cherish every moment they had together. Max, for his part, seemed to sense Lena's renewed love and devotion, and he remained by her side as her faithful companion, just as he had always been.